Hello everybody, this is Fernando for the latest Urban Legends video. Alright, let's go ahead and let's start a whole new set of videos based on your suggestions. Thank you so much for those suggestions. I'm going to pick one here from one of the new ones and then probably delve into some of the past ones too. Please keep on suggesting them as well because I'll probably be doing this throughout the entire week. This one has to do with a suggestion when I was looking up at the information, it seems like it's not just in one single place. Instead, it happens to be throughout multiple parts of the United States, each city, or in some cases each state, having its own version of this urban legend. And I picked it because it reminded me so much of the world of Silent Hill. How in that world, every Silent Hill is different for every person that walks into that town. It seems like it's the same situation here, except it happens to be with a bus. There seems to be this mysterious bus that just goes to nowhere, but at the same time takes a lot of lost souls, if you will, throughout various parts of the town, and then if the urban legend continues, in some cases even beyond that. So very fascinating stuff. Let's go ahead and let's talk about that here. It's known as the urban legend of the bus to nowhere. So instantly, very arresting title too. Whenever you hear something like that, you just want to know more info. So what is this bus to nowhere? Well, again, it's a bus that seems to be throughout multiple parts of the United States, maybe even throughout the world, although I didn't really read much info about international locations. But yes, the idea is, like, I saw one in Philadelphia, and then I saw one in Pennsylvania as well. The idea is that this bus, is just your average normal city bus. It's like any other one that you see traveling throughout any city that you happen to live in. But in this case, this bus has no specific route. In fact, its driver seems to be a person, of course, but it's not something that people will remember who was driving the bus. And on top of the bus itself, where there normally is a display of where it's driving to or its known destinations, in this case it's either blank or it reads 0, or it has some moniker on it, like the closest thing to designating its location, like where the bus is from, what city it's in, but without actually showcasing where it's going to. That's why in a lot of places people call this bus either 0, the random bus, the wandering bus, or the bus to nowhere, but they seem to always see this bus throughout certain parts of town. So very interesting stuff. It makes you wonder, next time you're in your town and you see buses, if you see something like this, like in this case a bus with either a blank part, like let's say a blank display, or something just showcasing, like if it were in my town, just something on the lines of like Austin Metro or something like that, then it would make you wonder if this is truly the case here. But here's how it goes. The idea is this bus, you cannot find it. Instead, it finds you. And the way it does it is it always finds you when you're at your lowest. Remember I was mentioning earlier about the Silent Hill link. That's because in the world of Silent Hill, the people that Silent Hill responds to are the ones that seem to be at the lowest point of their life, like they've done something bad, or they themselves are going to make a bad decision. Whatever is the case, they in turn have Silent Hill drawn to them, and vice versa. Same here thing with this bus. Whenever you feel like you're at your lowest, like let's say you're going through a divorce, or let's say you've just lost your job, you're having trouble finding another one, or let's say there's like a big tragedy in your family, something along those lines, then you are at the lowest point of your life, you're trying to go somewhere, and then that's when you see this bus. And the further that idea, it's the notion that you want to get on this bus, like all of a sudden you have this desire to just be on it, just to pass time, just to go anywhere that this bus happens to take you. It reads like almost like in a movie, how every, like the way that those characters sometimes make a decision where they'll just randomly pick a flight, or they'll just randomly pick somewhere, like the hitchhikers, to take them anywhere. Same concept, but it seems to be with this bus. And yes, it knows again that you are at that point, because then it will slowly pass by your location. You try to in turn flag it down, it doesn't, doesn't, but at the same time it does. Like it stops, but it doesn't. It mainly just makes sure that it catches your attention. Then it passes by you, knowing that you're wanting to get on board, but still it passes by you. You start chasing it just a little bit more, and then that's when the bus knows that you're truly serious. So it seems like it does like a little test of some kind. It wants to absolutely make certain that you want to get on this specific bus. So there you are. You get on the bus itself. The driver either asks for money or doesn't. It's up to you. It seems like if you don't have any money, then that's perfectly fine. You'll be able to still get on the bus with just a simple nod. Like the driver understands exactly what you're going to. And then inside the bus, it's just your average bus. There's no difference than any other bus. You'll see people there sometimes. Apparently other times you won't. It just depends again on the destination and I guess the number of people that happen to be in the same situation as yourself. You just simply get on board, you mind your own business, everyone else is minding their own business as well. The closest thing you have to anything similar to this bus and other buses is it seems like the driver always has a blue hat. So if you happen to see a blue hat within the driver here, then you know that you're talking about this urban legend. But yes, you just sit down and then you just simply pass the time. Again, there's nothing on the bus indicating both on the outside and in this case on the inside as to where it's going. It just simply states that it's picking up from, like the automated voice, picking up from the location you just walked into, but no other messages, no other automated displays, nothing that showcases where it's driving to. But nobody seems to mind that within the bus itself. People are just in there, just staring out mindlessly, I guess, passing street after street, just looking at the city as it happens to pass by. And that's the whole notion of this urban legend, is that this bus just seems to know that you just need a place to just think, to I guess get your life together, to put everything back into focus, and then finally whenever you're ready, the bus knows, because you're supposed to then just push, I guess, whatever that string is, whatever is the case, to let the bus know that, or the bus driver, that yes, it's time for you to get off. And when you do so, the bus does so. Like it doesn't hesitate. There's no notion of you having to wait, like, let's say 30 minutes later. No, in this case, it just nonchalantly pulls over to the side, and when you get out, that's when you know you're at the right destination. Maybe it took you home, maybe it took you back to work, whatever was the case, whatever is the answer to your problem, then that's this urban legend that this bus to nowhere does. It takes you to where you should go, and then you watch it just leave. And then another strange thing happens. You try to recall like how long you were in there, but you can't. You can look at the time and it'll tell you, of course, but then you'll realize, oh my god, did that really just pass by? Like the 2 hours just passed by, something along those lines. Also, if you try to discern and remember how much, in this case, of like the people were in there, like how many people, the type of people that they were, the way they look like, the way they acted, you can't either. You'll basically try your hardest, but it's almost like a dream. When you wake up, that dream slowly starts dissipating more and more until you can't recall pretty much all of it. Same thing here with regards to this bus. And then you just watch it leave. There it is, going off into the corner, and then it goes off somewhere where you no longer see it, or if needed again, you may actually see it one more time. But people have again seen this bus. I don't know if anybody has actually taken pictures on the inside while they were there. Who knows if this bus truly lets you do so, but still, it seems like this thing is not nefarious. It's not something that'll just not that bad, like in terms of Silent Hill world. No. But in this case, it just seems to be there at the right time, almost like a entity of some kind, just to make certain that you have the answer that you need by the time you leave that bus. There is the idea, though, that there may be some time in the future that this bus to nowhere, may claim the people that are within it even further. Like they may take them off back beyond the city, off into the desert. Who knows? Somewhere where those people will never be found again, and maybe they won't mind in that case. But who knows? That's just another notion with regards to this urban legend, but kind of creepy, but kind of solemn when you think about it. I had never heard of this urban legend before, but now that I have, it does makes me interesting. It does make me interested in seeing if I can spot this bus here. It could just always, of course, just be just random coincidence. I'm sure, like you and I have seen buses, and we just never paid any attention to it. But buses that have nothing on top of the display because maybe they're off duty, or maybe the buses don't have anything on top because their systems aren't working right, or it could be just something along the lines that they are in training, something like that, and that's why they don't have anything on top. But you know how these things go with regards to these stories. Somebody picks up something and then they just add a little bit more to it, and then others do, and it just takes on a life of its own. But still, quite a fascinating notion. I totally loved reading it. Again, it reminded me so much of the world of Silent Hill and the idea that everyone has their own Silent Hill. Same thing here with regards to this bus. Everyone will have a different experience tailored to them specifically by this bus to nowhere. But if anyone has any more info, anyone heard of this in their portion of their state, of their city, please post those comments below. Really great stuff. So thank you so much for the suggestion. So, all right, everybody. Thanks again as always. Take care.